L.I.G.H.T, a framework for growing revenue without turning each interaction into revenue. In this video, I want to explain to you my L.I.G.H.T framework that I have developed over the last 12 months or so. It's a framework that I created after my marketing agency failed and identifying the reasons why it failed, and then building Kingdom Impact Lab on the lessons I learned from my experiences and making a lot of mistakes before. So ultimately, the L.I.G.H.T framework is, to describe it in a simple way, is you first cast your eternal vision based on having the biggest kingdom impact you possibly can. Your eternal vision is something that you are building that will outlast you. The goal is for you to build something that will last longer than you do, and you will have other people come and continue your mission. You want to have an eternal vision based on how many people you can positively impact and influence with your unique skills, gifts, experiences, and your abilities. And you want to prioritize your kingdom impact and having a positive impact over everything else that you do. And you then need to tie down this eternal vision, which by its definition of eternal is something that is incomprehensible. You then need to create long-term goals to provide a North Star of where you're aiming towards based on your internal vision. And you need to tie down 25-year goals, 10-year goals, all the way down to hour to hour, minute to minute, even second to second actions and decisions that you can take, so you are making meaningful progress one step at a time towards your long-term goals and towards your eternal vision. So why do we need to do this? Well, first, let me explain what happens if you don't do this. So in my former marketing agency, I operated the business with the goal of making as much money as possible. Did this happen? No. The opposite happened. I ended up losing all of the money that I had made and saved up as a freelancer. My mission and vision and goal for my former marketing agency, which was called Freedom with Marketing. I laugh at it because the mission and the name of the business was Freedom with Marketing, meaning that I'm going to help you get more freedom as a result of your marketing and business growth. So my only goal, after working with several coaches and trying to figure it out and investing lots of time, energy, effort and money into finding my why for the business to give me that motivation, was I want to make more money to have a better freedom and a better lifestyle. What actually happened, and that was, let me just rephrase that, because I think it's important. So my vision and mission was rooted in myself. I wanted to make more money in business by helping clients make more money in their business to justify their fee for my services. The sole purpose was to have more freedom and a better lifestyle. That was my why, all based on self. And so my goals as a result of it was to work with clients to increase the money they made through their marketing. So the sole goal of my business was to make money for clients so I could make money for myself. It was 100% transactional. The irony is that it catastrophically failed in its objectives because it did not make me any money. In fact, I put all of my money and everything I had into it, and it did not work. And it actually brought me the opposite of more freedom and lifestyle, because as a result of the business and things not working and the stress that I had with it and the burnout and the disillusionment, it made my life more miserable, more stressful, more burned out. And then, unfortunately, which I can admit now, I inadvertently took that out on my wife and my son, making their lives more miserable in the process as well. But at the time, I couldn't see it. That's what happens if you don't have an eternal vision. That's what happens when you focus on transactional interactions. When making money becomes your North Star, all of this filters down, and your marketing attracts people that treat you in a transactional way, you treat them in a transactional way, you treat your employees or freelancers or contractors in a transactional way, they treat you in a transactional way, and it's a misalignment between who you are as a person here and what you do on the outside. And that brought me a whole lot of stress, misalignment, burnout, and a whole bunch of other issues and consequences as a result of it. I'm laughing because of the irony of what I was trying to build and why. And after doing a lot of research and study, I think one of the reasons for this, one of the reasons, not the reason, but one of the reasons, is what Viktor Frankl talks about in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, and that is hyperintentionality. I'm not sure whether Viktor Frankl coined that term or whether it was something that he heard from somewhere else, but the concept is that if you focus on something with 100% conviction, you're less likely to actually achieve it. And okay, this doesn't apply to everything, because if you focus 100% on your goals, it's clearly defined and tangible, you will get it, you're more likely to get it. In this concept here, let me explain with an example. You're in bed. It's later than you normally sleep. You have to be up early in the morning because you have an important call. You know you need to sleep, because if you don't, you'll be groggy and you won't be on your A game the next day. Are you more likely to sleep as a result of focusing on trying to sleep, or are you more likely not to sleep and make the situation worse? Well, for me personally, if I know I need to sleep because I need to be on my A game the next day and I'm thinking about it, I'm much less likely to sleep. And naturally, that's because of your stress hormones rise, and it makes your brain's more active and whatnot, and all of the negative thoughts that come as a result of it. The same is true when you're focusing on trying to make money. When you're making money, having the wrong mindset turns money into an idol, and the more money you have, the more fear of loss you have, and the more you don't want to let go, and the more transactional you become. Focusing on achieving money, financial goals, is like chasing the horizon. As soon as you hit one, you set the next goal, and then you measure your self-worth based on whether you've achieved your next goal or not. You're comparing yourself to others. For me personally, one thing that I used to do, and still do to some degree, but I'm trying not to, I'm trying to overcome it, is I'm now 35, and you see all of these people that are 10 years younger than you, and then far more successful than you are, and you compare yourself to them. When you're focusing on money, that becomes quite powerful, or at least it did for me. And ultimately, there is no meaning in making money, because, like I described before, my business was, that the purpose of me making money in the business was to have more freedom and lifestyle. But the reality was, it gave a complete U-turn on what I actually wanted, because my life was more miserable, and I made the lives of those around me more miserable as well, by doing so. So instead, if you focus on having a kingdom impact as your eternal vision, You're focusing on creating a movement that outlasts you. You focus on the ripple effect, where you having a positive influence on someone's life today could then go on and have a positive influence on other people's lives without you even knowing it. You can even build things like this into the systems that you're implementing. You always know that what you're doing aligns with biblical teaching and who you're going to become. And as we all know and have experienced, if you can't articulate it, that when you do something good for someone else, it feels much better than when you do something for yourself. It's why most people are happier to give someone a gift than to receive a gift. I know that's true for me. So why not just be a gift to everyone that you interact with, and why not prioritize that over everything else? And the way that you do that is by looking at what your business is, or what your skills are, or what your gifts are, your experiences, and all of these good things, and casting an eternal vision which is bigger than yourself. It's impossible for you to achieve, based on trying to influence and impact as many people as possible. And that will then align your daily actions and what you do in the present moment, because what you do in the present moment is what ultimately matters, with what your eternal vision is. And by doing so, I can't say for certain, because nothing in life is certain, but there's a very high probability that by doing this in your business and acting out of humble service for the benefit of others, that you're going to get money as a byproduct. As the common saying is in business, that people buy from those they know, like, and trust. How do you get people to know, like, and trust you? Well, you have to treat them, you have to have a humble service approach to them, treat them as a unique individual made in the image of God, and help them get a resultant transformation. And that's how they know, like, and trust you. And that is what the L.I.G.H.T framework essentially is, because it connects your moment to moment, present moment actions in a way that aligns with becoming more Christ-like in what you do, which aligns with your eternal vision, and brings that down and integrates this with your business goals, your short-term, mid-term, long-term business goals, so that you can prioritize and focus on the present moment, of being a positive influence to as many people as possible. It gives you joy, it gives you meaning and purpose. It helps you remain passionate about what you do, and you always know that you're progressing towards something that's bigger than yourself, and that is what's going to give you longevity in your business. And by prioritizing this, money most likely will come as a byproduct. And then if you have the Christ-like attitude as well, the focusing on the person you're going to become, you're thinking about how you're going to steward your finances for the benefit of others, rather than hoarding it, which is going to give you exponentially more joy and happiness in the process, while you're creating a positive influence and impact on other people too. Okay, I've rambled on enough here. I've got 4 more videos to record before I'm heading down to the gym, so I have to go. See you next time.